Here we go. So this is the Pickmon reveal trailer by Gameplay. I can only describe this very simply as what if somebody looked at Pal World and said, nah, I want to skirt the line of legally distinct as hard as I fucking can. I want to be tap dancing in a minefield. Another Pokemon clone. Oh, Mr. Techno, you think Pal World's a Pokemon clone? I haven't seen the proper trailer, but just get a load of this. Also, that's just Giratina. That looks like Giratina. Okay, we have that was a peak. Oh my god, what's that? Wait, let me try. That is literally just Pikachu. That is straight up a Pikachu running next to our little protagonist here. I cannot believe the absolute balls on this fucking studio. Okay, was that just a Dratini? Or whatever there's one of the water. Yeah, there's like a water dragon that looks really, really similar to this one that just splashed in the pool. Also, is that like a war turtle that's up in there in the background? Like, what? Gen 6, Y Pokemon, something like that. Yeah, like... Okay. That is literally just Pokemon. Yeah, Dratini Dragonair. Okay, yeah, but yeah, I forget exactly what the thing's name is, but there is a Pokemon that looks exactly like this. It has like a Velociraptor kind of shaped body. And then it's got like a brownish green, like mushroom cap on its head, but this is literally just a Pokemon. Bellroom, yeah, I think. Actually, let me see. Let me try that. Wait, how'd you spell it? Bellroom, okay. Let me see. Yep, yeah, it's Bellroom. Whoop, why am I getting girl from Pokemon XY? Yep, yeah, there it is. Yep. That's close enough. Bree, okay, I'm an idiot. Jesus. That is just legally distinct. Alright, sick. What else we got? We got a lot left in this trailer. Okay, I'm sure there's a couple Pokemons here that I'm... Okay, this kind of looks like a Swampert, like, pieces, but just, like, they slap some other stuff into it. Okay. That's just a giant alpaca. Also, why does the protagonist kind of look like Breath of the Wild Link? Okay, can we get, like, a better shot of this little Pikachu critter? Okay, go frame by frame. Okay, it's like a bunny. Yeah, it's like a Pippa. It's like a Pippa-based thing. But that's just like China Pikachu. Like on God, that is if I was in a court battle, I would look at that and be like, yeah, that's a Pikachu. Mind you, the reason Nintendo's going after Pal World so hard is because they don't want Sony to have them. No, Nintendo is going after Pal World because they hate people making fun of them. And how they had made literally the exact same game since Red and Blue for like 20 goddamn years without changing the formula. And sure, sometimes there's no reason to change the formula. But the problem is, you gotta change the formula just a little bit. sometime. And then Power comes along and is fun and silly. Is that just a Lucario? Is that just a Lucario right there? That's just a Lucario. Okay, let me move myself over a slight bit here. Yeah, that's just a Lucario in the background, and wait a minute. Is that fucking cow from Harvest Moon? Like, seriously, is that the cow just from Harvest Moon right there in the background? Like, what? 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 What are we doing? What are we doing? We can't be serious, right? Like, so that's just Lucario wearing, like, shorts in the background there. Like, what are we doing? Okay, that's just a Piplup. Okay, Karate Bear, and... Okay, so we're just hard capture Sakura instead of throwing legally distinct POW, hexagonal prisms. Okay. Okay, for a second I thought that was just the, like, Embor. Okay, let me go back here. Actually, no, wait a minute. This thing is this just like a, like the final form of a, Labubu? Like this thing literally just looks like like God, I just said it. A Labubu, but it, like, digivolved. Nintendo versus Pocket Pair analysis in Discord. Thank you. We'll probably check it out later. But yeah, like, this has to be, like, if Labubu could digivolve, this is what you would get. Let me see. Come on, can I get a shot? Yeah, from this shot here, I thought it was an Embor for a second. Okay, that's just something from... Okay, yeah, we just have Gungees. Okay. Rocket launchers on our dragons, and... Okay, I'm liking this girl. I'm liking it. This is my thing. Also, we got... Anytime you're doing an anime anything, and there's a motorcycle, the Akira slide will show up. It is the law. Anything that is even tangentially anime related with a motorcycle, you will do the Akira slide. And then everybody in the theater will get fucking hype. Because guess what? The Akira slide is fucking cool. I don't care how many times it's been done. There's a bunch of, like, those cool anime poses and things that we did like 20 to 40 years ago, and shut the fuck up, they're still cool. I forget the name of the exact, like, sword pose, but there's one where it's, like, a very long side shot of the blade of the weapon, and then you see the character, like, holding it at the far edge, but the main thing that's in the shot is the sword. That shot's cool. Even Transformers has done it a bunch of times. Optimus is also the only one of the only characters to do a double sworded version of that pose. I forget what it's called. I'll try to find it later. But yeah, the Akira slide's cool. I don't care. Shut the fuck up. I don't care how long it shows up. It'll show up for 50 more years. I will be hype. Also, wow, that was... Oh my god. They are even stealing from Blizzard. Okay, can I get a better shot of this dude? Yeah, this is just... Oh my god, that's just Roadhog. That is just Roadhog. You know what? Just steal everything. Full legal firm, part-time publisher, having learned about IP and IP more, but you feel empathy towards Nintendo now that they're just as much victims of the IP system as the rest of us are. No. they've been beating and abusing the system for years. I don't care. It's the same thing with Disney. Disney is like one of the biggest things that ruined it. I don't care when Steamboat Willie gets put into a terrible horror movie. I don't care. I find it hilarious. Now, if they had actually made a good horror movie involving Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, and or Steamboat Willie, then it could be another discussion. However, also the prospect of them being in a shitty horror movie, which all three of them have been now that they're in the public domain, it is funny. And they can rot and piss for how pissy they get that it's happening to them. Okay, that's just Mechagodzilla. Okay. That. Okay, we needed to make Absol even more of a furry OC Digimon nonsense, and then we did just make it into more of a furry Digimon OC. God, the second this thing gets a name, there's just gonna be like 50 results on R34. Like instantaneously, and they're not gonna be AI. They will be people that actually like the Drew Furry Wiener convention. Y'all know what I mean. Okay, I'm down for Mecha Dragon. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna like it. Poke game. Network. All right. Coming soon. Add wishlist. Steam. Future releases planned on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation. Let's see. What are the comments looking like down here? Copyright infringement. The video game. Yes, that's good. This is too early to be an April Fool's joke. There's no other explanation. Yes. It actually does look like solid assets for the both Pokemon and Pal World. All right. Yeah, through the Roadhog from Overwatch, triple the lawsuit. All right. Let's see what else. This is what Pokemon thought Pal World was. Yep, that's true. Pokemon, an original Pal World, an original game with heavy inspiration. It's in some cases for the creatures from Pokemon. Pickmon, blatant copycat, or excuse me, blatant copyright from both Pokemon and Pal World. We owe Pal World an apology. Okay, maybe not a big apology. No, they didn't. Let's see. Hardest plagiarism at its finest. All right. All the characters from Overwatch, like they took Roadhog. Simulation has been destroyed. Yeah, this is something. I don't know what it is. I was traumatized early on by the game existence. I sued Universal over Donkey Kong, like Little King Kong, and I saw in case Universal lost the rights to King Kong. Yeah. You know the other thing, as far as their like aggressive IP protection is? I don't know if any of you have played it. I have played Wand of Gamelon. I have not played Faces of Evil. Those games are awful. And those are Legend of Zelda games that were made by the West like decades ago. Wand of Gamelon sucked ass. Faces of Evil also sucks ass. There was also planned allegedly to be a third one, but I don't think it ever came out. And that's one of the reasons why Nintendo did not let any Western development studio touch their IPs for years. God, those Legend of Zelda games are terrible. Probably one of like the biggest problems with it is it's one of those like really, because it was also for one of those systems that just never existed. Pretty much, it was like the Samsung console or something like that. I don't quite remember where it was.